Tuesday on EA Sports. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
First carry for James Conner, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Murray a give. This is Conner. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Murray. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. First down, Murray. And this will be swung out here for Conner. That catch good for only a couple. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Shotgun now from Murray. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry now for Chris Evans. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. So Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. They'll give it to Mixon, fighting him off. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. Second down and goal. Burrow to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's McPherson now to send it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Connor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Murray getting this complete to Connor, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
On 1st and 10 is Connor, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now, Murray. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Murray now. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. DJ Reader. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Mixon with a 1st down and more. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw again on 2nd down, Murray. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Murray going to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Now it's Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game?
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
as the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense, as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So we've reached halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On second down, Evans looking for space.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys, because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Burrow looking to pass. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. Touchdown, Bengals! Hayden Hurst, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it.
And the Bengals grab it.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
From the 30 on second down, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll run on first down. Connor. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Here's a handoff to Connor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Throwing on second and long. Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. DJ Reader in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Arizona. It's taken to the 26. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
He's toppled the century mark already, receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
Complete to his tight end Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing to start the drive. Murray, screen pass to Connor. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. To throw is Murray.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
And the Bengals grab it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Mixon.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. It's a touchback. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's Murray from midfield. The catch made by Hopkins. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Throwing again, Murray.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll find Gibson here complete.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he powers his way up past the 30. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And out across midfield down to the 45. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they'll go right back to Evans. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll try and run for it with Evans. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And they'll run for it with Evans. Evades the tackler, and now some space.
How you like me now?
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Murray. That is caught by Callaway. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Murray now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Williams brings it in. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bengals, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try to get